to extend the room for 2 more days. That's what it's short for the 2 day payment, and to get some money to send back to this woman. Now I'm trying to do that with other areas. I'm not just on here just saying, "Hey, please, someone send me the money to send to this woman." But you know,
Let me see the hairbrush back.
so, but that's the scenario that I'm at today. I hope that answered a lot of questions well ago. Uh, at the moment, I cannot do any door dashes. Y'all know I had a hand growing out of my head. Oh, my hair is just, I need a haircut, but them clippers just don't do it. My clippers are finally starting to give out, guys. They way back. Got out my clippers to trim my hair up and everything, and they're rusted. And I had 2 teeth. I guess they're called teeth. I don't know. I'm sure I'll be corrected if they're not. The little things that go and cut your hair. See that? How it's dark, straight line.
I say that.
Everywhere else is getting gray. James, we ain't seen you on in a long time. It's just hi, Angela. Good grief, how have you been, James? It's been months. On top of months. Like, I done got more gray hair. She done got prettier. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. Here comes the sun.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Well, I've got enough of it. We got grays and whites, and I don't know. I call them my wisdom highlights. James, I would love to get back to battling. Oh, thank you, Hi. Hi said we're both gorgeous.
Oh.
I'll take a gorgeous comment. Salt and pepper. I'm more salt than pepper. My wisdom highlights. Hey, listen, guys. I didn't have a single gray hair until I met Angela. Now, we met when we were 16. But it still don't change the fact that I... Can you OUT her?
I guess.
We have to spell it because as soon as you say it to her, she gets really, really happy. So, just going to say this. Sending much love to the big, I've heard it called the Dirty D. Sending love to Detroit. Some of you know what that means. The Dirty D. That's what we should call Dyersburg, is the Dirty D. Whew. Dyersburg dirty. I mean, it is. Listen, if y'all don't know anything about Dyersburg, look it up. Look up the Karen Swift murder. From Dyersburg, boss lady. Like, this town is has so many unsolved I'm trying to think of the word you can so many unsolved crimes where people are no longer with us. That's pitiful. Oh, that's cool. You're not too far away from us. I used to deliver FedEx to Martin. Code Case. There we go, Goat. Thank you. So many code case. Karen Swift's is the one that gets all the attention, though, because it involved a lot of the higher up people in this town. It's man, you should look up Dyersburg, though. We got a lot of them. I don't have any opinion on. You'll hear a lot of stuff about it. I have no opinion on it. I really don't. Um, I think at the end of the day, it's a tragedy. Um, Someone lost their life over something that probably could have been handled in a different situation. You know, there's kids that are growing up. Um, there's kids that are going to grow up without their mother. So I don't know.
It's hotter than Hades out there.
Is it warm today?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like how you said that. Mm-hmm. This thing right here is absolutely the best of the best. Well, they say her husband did it. Uh, Jennifer, it is a soothing and cooling face stick that she picked up from, I think, Five Below. And I have this redness that comes from my glasses. When I get hot, I'll sweat, and I'll it's really almost like a chafing, but it's not. Like it just gets really red and bumpy right there. And 3 days ago, it was bumpy and scaly, and it's not like menthol. I don't know what it is. It's for sensitive skin. Yeah, I already seen. I'm saying that's what you was walking over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the jury found him not guilty. Um, but he's not the only one that's been unsolved, you know.
Bullshit.
So who's Wicked Dolphin 52? Would y'all like to stand up and put your hand in the air? Would y'all like to go ahead and put your name up? That's your cash out name? Wicked Dolphin 52. I hadn't seen that actually. Yeah, the Casey Anthony one was wild too, but there's other stories here in this town. And I say it was because the reason the Swift thing took off so big here is because she was, the Swifts was higher up in the social standard in our town, because there's been cases where before and after her that has not gotten the traction. So because they was just wrote up as, oh, they was doing something they wasn't supposed to be doing. And, wrong place, wrong time. That's how one of them was wrote up. So yeah. So it was social status that I think made that case so popular. Like if she'd have just been some um, if she'd have just been some random woman that had a record or something, it wouldn't have been, because some of the other ones do have records that went missing from around here. Then they find them, in a ditch somewhere. It's the Swift name. They're higher up in the community and everything is what got the traction from the media, and that's all it was. It just, huh? What? What are you trying to show me now?
Okay.
Oh, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying that. And that's why it got the traction it did.
Yeah.
If she'd have been just some normal person who didn't have friends higher up in the community,
Yeah.
nobody, like Pat just said, seen it on 2020.
Right.
Everybody knows that case from the 2020 file. If she wouldn't have been higher up in the community like she was and known, they wouldn't have known about it, because I guarantee they don't know about. And I'm sad to even say this. I don't remember the boy's name. It's been so long ago. Might have been Justin something. He went missing for years, and everybody was like, "Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at?" He's went missing for all this time and everything. And then all of a sudden, they find him in a field.
Yeah.
Plain as day. And that's as far as that case went. Yeah, but I guarantee you, y'all didn't know about the case I was just talking about. I cannot think of them.
I think you're right.
Was it Cody?
No, I think
there were several of them. Several.
Yeah, there's different ones.
The boy thrown off that bridge.
Yeah.
It was just wrote up. Oh, he was a bad kid, and he was in bad stuff, and that's what happened. And it was just wrote off that way. But you let somebody from higher up in your society go missing or get unalived, it becomes a bigger deal. And then again, boss lady said Casey Anthony. Who would have known Casey Anthony if she wasn't in that community as big as she would have? She would have been just another mother who did that to their child. But she was higher up in her community. The mom and dad was known. She was known. So it became a big deal. But if she wasn't known in the community and everything, none of us would have ever known Casey Anthony's name. And it's crazy. Because there's other cases like that out there. There is. Breezy Mama, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to skip your hello. How are you? We're doing good. How about yourself? Got talking, and the wife was talking to me, and I missed your comment. I hate missing people's comments. I really do. But I mean, like there's other cases out there, stuff like that happens that people don't know has ever happened, just because people didn't know the right people in their town to be associated with. And I'm sure a lot of those people look back and they're just like, God bless. It's because we knew the woman. Summer Wells, I've heard that name. I don't know the case. I did hear the name though. What was that one girl's name? Holly Bobo.
Mm-hmm.
Like her mom and dad had money, was big in the community. She goes missing and gets unalived, and she's a big case. But it's like when it happens to the poor, it's not that big of a deal. And I'm not saying anything bad about the police here. They're doing their job. Thank you, Tyrone.
Did you see when I seen his wife had their baby?
I did see that. A friend of ours had their kid. Our police department does a fine job. I'm not saying anything bad about the police department and what's going on with these unsolved cold cases with unalive people, but they can only work with what they get. If it's not, the evidence isn't there. The evidence isn't there. So overall, I think we have a pretty good police force here. I think we have a lot of good cops.
Oh my goodness, this would be so much fun.
So I think we have a good police force here. So
an 80s style cruise.
Oh wow! Thank you for the gifts. Is it Tyrone or Tyrone? I don't say that Y, so I'm guessing Tyrone. Thank you for the gifts. Appreciate that. Thank you again. Send that summer sun. Yeah, that summer sun is nice, but I'll be glad when them winter breezes come back through. That was just a cheesy joke. That was my dad joke of the day. I feel my water bill kicking in. And see, everybody, this is the same glass of sweet tea I've had this whole life. So it's my 1 cup of sweet tea for the day. The rest of the day I'll be on nothing but water. And I'm not drinking it as fast. I'm learning to kind of savor the stuff.
Look, it's hot enough outside that Epilepsy Nation put a warning hazard on their site for people with.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Cardio doc, we do not have any kids. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the stars, I guess you could say. What I was saying. God bless. Jennifer asked, could we make sun tea outside? Yeah. I think it's been a long time since we made any sun tea.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So. But I'm going to be getting off here in a minute. What have I been on? Well, we're 12 minutes away from 2 hours, so I'm going to stay on to get that 12-hour or 2-hour mark. Then go from there. That's what the rest of the day brings. I don't know why I'm just sitting there watching the names fall at the bottom. I'm just sitting there quietly watching. Thank everybody for the likes and everything. I don't know if I'll be coming back on tonight or not. I don't have to work, so um, she has to work. I don't have to work tonight, so I don't know if I'll come back on or not. We'll see how that goes. So if I get bored enough, I might.
I tell you what I want to try.
Yeah.
That it's a new pink spritzer at Dunkin's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a Barbie thing.
Oh, hey, Miranda. We're making it today. We're here, I guess. So she hasn't been feeling too good today. So that's one of the things we're going to talk about when I get off here. We're going to see how she feels. If she feels too rough, she won't be going to work tonight. I understand money's tight and everything, but ain't no amount of money worth her risking her health. So okay, Florida man. If I come on, I don't know what time it'll be. Might be later than that. I'm not for sure. I'm just trying to make 12 more minutes on here. Probably about 10 now. So that way I get the 2 hour mark and get that little creator thing on there, whatever it is. I don't know. How does TikTok allow the same person to make so many different accounts? Can somebody answer that? Like, I don't get how one person can just keep making account after account after account. Miranda, how are you doing today? I don't know if I asked that. I meant to. Like, I just don't. I don't get how. Excuse me. Okay, Florida man. Maybe not yet. Not yet. I really don't give two shits what you thought. I don't. So I mean, that's just being honest. I'm over what these people think about me, and so I don't give two shits about what they think about me. Florida man, if I get back on, I'll tell a couple. Thank you, Regina, for the heart puffs. It's like there's some good people who come on here. I really enjoy talking to y'all. Uh, but for these ones that keep on getting on here wanting to Uh, Same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and just be stupid with stuff. I don't give two shits what y'all think about me. Coco Beware. I've wrestled Coco Beware a lot of times. He is 100% the biggest jerk I've ever met in the wrestling business. Now he's just I never cared for Coco. Nia's on.
Oh,
She popped in. How did I wrestle? Well, I wrestled for a long time. I was actively for 26 years.
yeah, I even missed Charlotte around my time.
I've wrestled just about everywhere. Hey, Nia.
Hey, Naya.
No, I never made it to the WWF. I wrestled on the independents my whole wrestling career. I almost forgot who Nia was. Ain't seen her in so long. Yes, boss lady. I wrestled at TIWF in Trenton for a long time.
Asked her if she enjoyed her cruise.
Nia, did you enjoy your cruise? Angela wants to know. She said you can text her.
Okay.
No, that's why I told Nia you can text her.
Yeah.
I was telling Nia to
Yeah,
text
she
you.
can text me or call me now.
Florida man, I might get on and just talk wrestling tonight. You go every Saturday night. Oh, Randy Bird. Yep. God, look, Haystack Calhoun and the Sheik. And that was the original Sheik up in that area. I know Randy very, very well. Uh, See, that was Sabu's uncle. Should have been in that area. The Sheik, the original Sheik. That man was crazy. I got to meet him once. He was way past his prime. He was just signing autographs and stuff, and he was a super cool guy. But um, he was a good guy. Here's a fun fact for you, boss lady. The cage show they had in TIWF was called Cage Chaos, right? I invented that. That was my brainchild when I was. Um, Wrestling companies have owners, but they have the people who are behind the scenes that kind of run things for them and everything. And I ran it for Randy and James when James was still there, when they were still partners and stuff. And I ran it for over a year. And Cage Chaos was one of my creations there. And I take it as a great honor that they still have it, once a year. Kim, who was your father-in-law? I might have known him in North Mississippi. I know a lot of people from there. Nikita Koloff was a good one. That's from my childhood. I grew up watching Nikita Koloff and Ivan Koloff and the Road Warriors and Dusty Rhodes, baby. Um, Horsemen. Um, Unfortunately, wrestling doesn't pay what people think it pays unless you get to the big times. And I didn't make it to the big times. Yeah, Wahoo McDaniel, the Rock and Roll Express. Magnum TA. Because we didn't get cable um, in my area, so we had to watch what we got, and we got NWA from Georgia. It's not like I invented something that they're making a ton of money off of. Uh, it's just a show they do once a year. Jackie Fargo, yep. Fabulous one, Jackie Fargo. Good old Memphis wrestling there. Every Saturday morning, Channel 5. Lance Russell and Dave Brown. All right, Carrie. Carrie, I'll text you. I'll let you know what that phone call was about. Jackie Fargo. That was my dad's favorite wrestler. Jackie Fargo. Jackie and Roughhouse. Oh, that's awesome. If I get back on tonight, we'll dive into some wrestling. Okay. That's fine. It seems to be calming down in here. Thank you both today for modding. Appreciate you guys. You know I always appreciate y'all. We just talking old wrestling now. I grew up down the road from Herb Welch. We're gonna throw names out there. TIW puts on a good show. I've been going up to UCW. That's where a lot of my buddies are and everything, and they put on an amazing show. They're $10 at the door, and they're every other week. But they should be charging more. That's how good of a show they put on. Them guys put on an excellent show. Not knocking anybody else. There's a lot of good products out there on Saturday nights. You know, TIWS puts on a great show. UCW, Pro Wrestling Mid-South puts on a fantastic show. There's so much wrestling in this area now. You know, it's a lot. But it's a lot of good shows. Where it used to be a couple of good shows and a bunch of crap. My top 5, if I was going to put a top 5 wrestling show out there of shows in this area, I would put number 1 would be UCW in Union City. That would be my number 1. My number 2 would be it's kind of, I think number 2 is kind of tied because I would put Pro Wrestling Mid-South, Dyersburg, and TIWF at number. They're tied for number 2. And so I guess we got number 2. Then we go to 4 because the third spot would be taken by tie, right? Is that how that works? Number 4 would probably be. I'd have to say Memphis Wrestling. And then number 5, I would have to put the Pro Wrestling Mid-South Ripley show. That's the top 5. Like if I was going to tell somebody, hey, you got 5 weeks of wrestling to go watch different shows, that's the order I would send them in. I tell them to flip a coin on the second place and then go to that one, and the next week go to the other one. Because there are some guys on those shows that I firmly believe will be future stars that you'll see on TV. If they decide to finally get out of this area. Guys, I'm going to get off here, talk to the wifey for a few minutes, see how she feels. We'll check her head out and all that good stuff. And she feels rough and everything. I'm going to step in and make a judgment call about her working tonight. We're talking about just top 5 wrestlers from my area, or that was the top 5 shows. I think there's some guys that if they keep pushing the way they're pushing now, they're going to make it on TV. We got a good example of it now. Blake Christian, who is about to have a title match for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight title. Ring of Honor was a pretty big company, still is relevant. He's from this area. He's right down the road from here. There's been guys there were so many guys from my era. We was all young and hungry and was trying to make it, that we should have pushed harder, but we didn't. So it's just, I think UCW has a locker room full of guys that could potentially be on TV one day. I think Pro Wrestling Mid-South's got about 5 to 6 solid guys that I believe could make a living at this. TIW's got a lot of young guys. So it's a down the road type thing for some of them guys. Anyway, boy, this took a tangent. I ain't talked wrestling forever. But guys, I'm going to get off here. It's the 2-hour mark, so I got that little tag on there. I accidentally like my own live. And we'll catch everybody down the road. I accidentally like my own live. And we'll catch everybody down the road. I accidentally like my own live. And we'll catch everybody down the road. I accidentally like my own live. And we'll catch everybody down the road.